Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. 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 Austin Danger's my middle name.
Middle name. It's his middle name. My name's Quinlan. Welcome to Melbourne Musos Facebook Live on what has been a bit of a heady week. Good news, bad news, in between news. Oh! Tonight on the show, what I'm going to talk at you about is the things they make us do. How melody defines our drumming and drumming needs. We have needs. There you go. Oh, I'm going a bit batty. There you go. Now, one of the things that happens to us so often, all musicians, this is a bit drum-centric, but what happens to all of us is that someone will come along, a composer, and said, I want it played like this. And you go, how? How can you do this? Can you do that? And you go, what? And so what we have to do is build up our skills, you see. So if we're going to join a jazz band, you need your jazz drumming skills. You need a skill set, okay? And then all of a sudden, we're starting a death metal band and away we go. Well, you're going to need a skill set for that. So what I'd like to talk about tonight a little bit is pretty much skill sets, sort of thing, and working things up. Now, one of the things that I do here on the show is triggers, of course, and I try and put the harmonic side of things, inject them into this show as well. And what I'm doing tonight is something I've done the other week, or I not discovered, I knew it was there, but a Lydian Sharp 2. So I'm going to be talking about that a little bit. And, well, I already have. It's the first, the sharp and second of Lydian mode. First, sharp second, third, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7 octave. And I'm going to give a plug to this beautiful lady who does reels and stuff, Nare Sol, and I put a thing up. She has a Maltese Terrier like mine. Marley, baby! Oh, no, he's not interested. Where's me bloody schmackos, mate? You promised. I did. Ooh. Am I in the doghouse tonight, mate? Hey! He's just there. So there it is. So what goes on is I'm using that, you see. And then what I'm doing is using the cello patch, which is pizzicato. Okay, so you get that. Now, one of the things that so often happens is, I've talked about it before, but I'll talk about it again, is fast notes slow. I'm not going too fast with the old double kick pedal, but if you're going to do that...
Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm he had a tree, E-I-E-I-O, Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, old MacDonald.
That was a surprise, wasn't it? But, if you're going to do this...
Gina!
No, not Gina. Hang on.
Brass, pipes and drums! By the center! Quick! March!
coming up in a week or two, and there you go. We all stand, and there it is. That's slow, but look! Oh! Ooh! Ah! I'm doing it sober. I really am. I wouldn't lie to anybody. There you go. The other chap that I'd like to talk about now that I've talked about Narisol, I hope I'm saying her name in the right way. She's wonderful. Oh, the piano, she's a wizard. Oh, it's wonderful. I love it a lot. And the Maltese Terrier to throw in as an added bonus. Oh, there you go. Be Still, My Beating Heart. And what it is there's that. But a chap that I've been following, I've watched him grow up, is Casey Cangalossi, an American classical percussionist and marimba and all that. He's wonderful. And one of the things that he's been doing is something that I've been working on for a long, long time, is angles. And so I'll talk about that just a little bit. Now, what I'm doing tonight is things that you probably... Oh, I remember that show when you did that. Yes, that's what teachers do. You talk about, then you come back to it. There's different things, and in just a simple kind of thing, one thing, but then you can come back and do various incarnations of it. So it starts to get a little bit, how do we do that? And so what happens then is that if you've got, say, a star, one drum, two, triangle, there you go. Oh, I love it. There you go. So that's what happens, you see. And then all of a sudden, you got the one drum, you got two drums, you got three drums, you got four drums. So even with the little 5-piece, you can still do the angles. You've got a star, a line, a triangle, and a square. Now, I've got a book out called Angles Around the Drum, shameless plug. And Casey Cangalossi is doing a lot of things with that. There's a clip that he put up a little while ago, only a couple of weeks ago, where he just had the typical percussionist table. And he was just doing, he does graphic scores and all sorts of things. So please check him out, Casey Cangalossi C. Casey with a C, Cangalossi with a C. Okay. So what happens is he was doing an L shape. Who remembers the L shape? Oh, old Harold used to get me to do the L shapes on the kit all the time. All that business, like you just do I'll take that off. And then maybe there. So you got an L shape, you see. And then you got your triangle, 3 drums, square, 4 drums. I'm not saying anything new. I'm telling you to do it. There it is. Now, when you're doing things like that, Casey Cangalossi was doing sort of this little L-shaped thing. And, you could do... coordination, that's what we're talking about. So that's what happens there. Now, when we're doing things like this, especially when I was doing Scotland the Brave before, one like that. March to that. So what goes on is that it's melodic. You try and be as melodic as you can, and you'll forever be coming up with new things. Skill set. C, and that's what goes on. Now, when I'm doing things like this, what I've done is that with my interface to the computer here, I've got the cello pizzicato going. The reason I like that is because we have a staccato instrument. So and then it just rings off. You see, have it fairly short. You see, then you put it in. Oh, dramatic! Oh, lumpy down there. Come on, boys. There it is. All right, so that's what's going on there. Then you split your rudiments. You can do things like that. Skill set. Now, what people aren't seeing, but I think you know what I'm on about, is the hours and hours of trying to get it out. That kind of thing, like, oh, have a look at this, that kind of stuff. So what starts to happen is you'll get into a musical situation and you go, oh, I've got to work on that, ooh, that kind of stuff. And then, we're our own harshest critics, and then sometimes I go, oh, geez, I'm a bit down on the left-hand side. I'll do everything with left-hand start this week. I'll do this. I need this. I need to work on that, that sort of business. When I was doing all the Zappa stuff with the Zappa Instrumental back in the 90s. Hello, boys, if you're watching. Oh, Polyrhythm City. Keep your eyes on a bargain. Boom. Boom. Blue. 4. Oh, baby. The breakdown, the old blues beat. Just caught a trout. Oh, welcome. Sorry, the Elvis's fishing song. 'Cause I love you too much. Where did that come from? The blues beat when the breakdown in the middle. And then I was talking about that the other day with one of my students is, when you're coming out of a blues beat and you're going back up to the main beat again, your fill-in needs to say, hello, boys, here we're going. So, you might put in a fill-in that is in the same time as the next section coming up. But that's not really what the subject is tonight. I'm talking about things like this kind of business and how to do different things and skill sets and all that. So what happens is, one other thing that I've been talking about is the vertical and the horizontal. And I'll go over it one more time, you see, because what starts to happen is that when you're looking at people like Casey Kangalossi, who sets up a percussion setup different every time, and then works it, you see. So he might be doing the L shape and then a square with the right hand and all that. The first person I really clicked seeing that getting done, it's been around for eons, but the first person was Billy Cobham with his big setup, where he's got the 2 bass drums and then the 4 rack toms, 2 floor toms. And I just thought, he's doing a triangle with the left hand. And he's doing, that's how he does. Mind blown, that kind of thing. And amazing. And then you take it for a spin. Now, when you're talking about things like a Lydian Sharp 2, moving right along to the harmonic part of the evening, is that when you start talking about certain kinds of serial compositions where you're having a repetitive phrase like an ostinato. So you might have... One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Away you go. Very Hemi-Ollerish here. And then the opening music, which I was doing.
Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my
But
middle
did you
name.
know?
Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name.
7.
Austin Powers. Danger's my middle
7.
name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin
2,
Powers.
3, 4,
Danger's my
5,
middle
6,
name.
7. 1,
Austin
2,
Powers.
3, 4,
Danger's my
5,
middle
6,
name.
7. 1, you had a 2, you had a 3, you had a 4, you had a
Danger's
1.
my middle name.
See what goes on? You see? Get it? Got it? Good! I hope regular watchers of the show yelled that out at your phone or however you're watching it. But then you got thresholds and accents. So what happens is I could be doing something like taking the edge. Now I'll talk about another little thing. ADSR and thresholds and accents. Now ADSR is something that we all sort of know when we're starting to get sounds. A is for attack, D is for decay, S is for sustain, and R is for release. You see, there's your release with my echo. Release! Waterwick! Hear it? There it is. Watcher! Sorry, I've gone into Monty Python. Biggest... No, I won't go down there. Oh, that was unscripted. But when I go to the mallet side of the evening, all of a sudden you're taking the edge off. Ooh. So if you're going to do things like that, you can... You're not hearing the... You're not hearing the tappy tappy tap taps. Hello, tappy tappy tap tap. See? Like a wash. Waves. I did that the other one. Don't ever put WD-40 on your mic thing. Hey, yo. That's getting cut out later. Maybe I'll leave it in. So, when you're doing things... Oh, no, I was doing mallets, wasn't I? E, stick to the script keys. Now, thresholds. Volume control, 1 to 10, you see. What happens is I've got my finger halfway up, 5, and there it is. And then what starts to happen? You can have a threshold of attack, you see. Now, not necessarily here with the strings, but I've done other things where I play very lightly. Oh, this patch is very sensitive, but I'm under the threshold, and then at around about, let's say, 3, it kicks in, you see. See if I just tap, nothing. There it is there, it's starting to get a little bit more. But if I just go. So, there's all that with the mallets. If I get my, now my softer mallets here, maybe I can get it there. Oh, you got to play light. Now, if you can really get it, you can actually work out your threshold and then have it like listening to a cello, let's say, and just like bum bum, bum bum, bum. If I can, see how we go. See underneath. Get it, got it. Good. There it is there. Now if I change the patch up a little bit, so that's the cello pizzicato. Apologies for my back to you. But I'll do it as quickly as I can. There we go. Where am I? Where are you? Okay, so if I get the African echoes here, do the same thing. There's your sustain with a little bit of echo there, you see. And that's what you have, you see. Now, what happens is that that's got a bit of a, see, one note, and you've got a lot of stuff happening there, you see. So you don't want to, hello, but you don't want to always just go as fast as you can with that. You might just play, like I was doing a little thing there, but if I just brought it back a bit. Working the echo. Now I'm getting busy. You busy, mate? How you keeping, mate? You busy? Yeah, mate, I'm busy. Busy! Thank you very much, umpire. So that there you go. I better start wrapping up the show. So that's what goes on there, you see. So what happens, this going a little bit back to fast notes, slow notes, fast, because if you're going to do something like brooding, you know, there's that. And, you know, whenever I do, see, screwing it up, whenever I'm doing marching business, coming to a marching thing, because it is coming up with Anzac Day. One of the big things I've always said was, you know, sometimes when I was in the band and dear old Ronnie Ruth would say, just press roll, Chris. And you know my joke, as if it was easy. The wrist would fall off at the end of the day. Oh my Lord, there you go. But with one little parting thing, I do have it written down and I wouldn't mind talking about it. And for this I'll take out the patches and stuff. But one of the things that I do talk about, and this is the skill set business, and one of the things, because I was talking about it the other night again with one of my students, is when times change. You know, like when I think about the late 70s into the early 80s, when the drum machine was the big thing. There you go. Hello, check 1 2. Hello. Oh boy. And what happens is that back in the day you had the, who remembers the TR-808 drum machine? Ooh! There you go. I lost a lot of gigs by helping people program that thing. I worked out how to do it and all that, and I ended up having a small trade once. Oh, Chris, can you just help me with the TR-808? Yeah, sure. See ya. But what it was, one of the things that I always remember with two drummers that we all love and adore is Steve Gadd and Vinnie Colaiuta. And I remember the story with Steve Gadd because they were the studio kings of the day. Like, this is Vinnie Colaiuta coming off of Frank Zappa, and he just buried himself in studio work and bang. And he used to talk about the fact is that you'd come in and the drum machine was already there and pumping out the beat. They only wanted him to do the fill-ins. So it'd be, you know, that kind of thing. Beatbox, Chris, that kind of thing. And then all of a sudden, pardon me. And that's what it is, you see, he used to do that. So for a couple of years, all I did was fill-ins, that kind of thing. And Steve Gadd's story was doing tracks. Now, you've got to remember, when you're talking about people like this, we know their famous songs. But they were on hundreds and hundreds of movie things, singles, maybe an album here, and uncredited because they were studio. You see, a little bit like Wrecking Crew stuff, if you want to think about it like that. And then because of this TR-808, like Steve Gadd would go in, and he'd be getting, and it'd be like,
No, Stevie boy. No. You gotta keep the hi-hat going. Yeah, mate.
And so Steve, being his cool self, went, because what happens, let's face it, you're dealing with a drum machine that's got 8 arms and 4 legs, right? Like that. So what it was like, you've got the typical 16th note beat, like boom. Like that, that's fine. However, what the producer is hearing is this. When you take out the faders and you're just left with the hi-hat, no. We want it all the way through. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay, all right. Let's try this. And then what happens is, or what he came up with, flam. He came up with a flam. Because what happens is, like, if I'm going to do this, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, you can hear it. Da 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 da, so on like that. However, what can happen is you can have 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, there's your flam, you see? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Thanks, Stevie boy. Beautiful. You see, all of a sudden, da, 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 da. There's another one with this. PJ Harvey, Songs from the Sea, Songs of the City, Songs of the Sea, in around about 2000, and she came out to Big Day Out, and I was right up the front, and I remember she actually said thank you to me because I looked up and I just went, "You're gorgeous," and she heard me. Thank you. I wasn't trying to be sleazy. I was just giving her a compliment. She looked absolutely beautiful in her cowboy boots and a hat and all that stuff. But one of the tracks off of that album that they played, you had one of the guys, like there was the drummer there, and one track you just saw the drummer get a spare pair of sticks and just hand it to, his name, I can see him. It wasn't Mick Harvey, it was someone else. If you're watching Mick, we've met once too, that was great. Anyway, so what it is he just handed the sticks, and while he was going, and just with the closed hi-hat, a little bit of teamwork there, so it's just that all the way through, you see. And there's that. Ticka 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 ticka. Like that. You see, that's what goes on. Oh, I'm going well over time now. I've got a little bit of editing to do later on. So what goes on is that wrapping the show up, there's something that you can do with that. One of the things that I so often do, you see me do all the time in this manner, is the good old Johnny Bonham hi-hat, which I talk about so much. We all love it. And instead of... So there's your de facto, like that. Of course, it's a different sound, but keep that going. Oh, I better get a wriggle on. So my name is Chris Quinlan. As always, I'll try and have this up tomorrow. In the meantime, go the Mighty Blues! Love yous all!
Danger's my middle name. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name. Austin Powers. Danger's my middle name.